Show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Clippers as they play against the Portland Trail Blazers. For Portland, they're ahead of where they were last season at this time. Always nice to see that progress in a positive direction. Well, last season, Portland had one of the most explosive offenses in the league. They sort of flew under the radar in that respect. Kenny, what makes this Blazers offense so potent?
Well, they got a lot of guys that can hurt you, Ernie, all over the court. They can shoot threes, they can go inside, they're slashers, and they'll punish teams at the free throw line because they really attack the rim.
Not only that, Ernie, they're efficient with their scoring no matter what pace the game is being played at. They can score in half-court sets and in transition. Like Kenny says, they can really hurt you from deep.
That'll wrap it up as we take you courtside. Thank you for joining us.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Portland, Oregon, as the Trailblazers take it to the hardwood. And this is a one-and-done trip for Los Angeles before getting back to their Clipper fans.
Hey, gentlemen, ready?
So the Clippers win the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Paul out there with Lance Stevenson. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot.
And you see the way Blake Griffin plays. He is a force. Very hard to contain him when he gets in close just due to his strength and activity.
One shot. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
For Griffin and his ability to create contact close, he's been called a bull in a china shop, something that I think Clarkie embraces.
Yeah, I think he'd rather be the bull than the china in that situation because of his strength and physicality. And I think that's the right mentality to have as a power forward.
Now here's Harkless. 6 to shoot. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. As magical as the 2014 playoffs were for the Blazers, remember they beat Houston in that first round, that great shot by Lillard late to win it and move on. 2015, not as much. You know, Greg, they drew a very tough Memphis team, as you recall, in the first round.
Yeah, you often talk about styles making fights. Very similar in this series. They would go on to drop the first 3 games before being bounced, but still a good showing for a team that struggled mightily down the stretch with injuries.
And the first one drops.
And, you know, just as you said, Portland didn't have enough to get by the Grizzlies in the first round. Ended up losing in 5 after taking 1 game, and that was game 4. Just had a hard time breaking down the Memphis defense.
Harkless hits them both.
Another loss for the Blazers when they were the 4 seed, as you mentioned. As a franchise, they have lost in the first round every time they have ended up as the 4 seed. Not exactly a good position for them to be in.
Paul against Lillard. Stevenson left side. Griffin inside. Moves back up. Davis with some nice D. Paul against Lillard. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Shoots from the baseline. Harkless with the bucket.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And here is Paul. 17 points in his last outing. Johnson, wide open, he fires. Los Angeles with another miss. Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Rockets in Houston.
And that result was no surprise because they played very loosely with the basketball.
They sure did. There's no question about it. And when you come out on the wrong end of the battle, you're often going to be on the wrong end of the scoreboard as well, Greg. You know that.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 fall.
Davis setting the pick for Lillard. Griffin with the steal. And Paul with a clear path to the hoop. Nice D from Lillard.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
The shot is off. Good work defensively by Johnson. And it's the Clippers with the ball. They trail by 1. They come in fresh off the win against the Warriors.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Here's Lillard. The Clippers getting the bucket. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And he's been terrific, guys. I mean, the percentage right around 86%, so no doubt he's pleased with that.
And, guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here.
And one thing about Damian Lillard, for as much as he handles the ball, for as much as he pushes the action, he doesn't turn the ball over. I mean, surprising for a young, aggressive point guard, but this guy plays wise beyond his years.
Now, here's Lillard. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit. The Clippers trail. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft, obviously. You know, he can when necessary. Sure, not that time.
And not when you can throw it down like that.
Yes, sir.
Stevenson with it. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Picked by Griffin. Stevenson kicks to Johnson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. And you know, Clark, another important point regarding Lillard, for as aggressive as he has been going to the basket, he's extremely durable. He's been terrific in terms of health.
He's been an every gamer throughout his young career. That is remarkable. Unusual in today's NBA for sure.
Here's Kaman after Wesley Johnson's bucket, and the call goes against Wesley Johnson. That's Lillard attacking. And here's McCollum for 3. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
Now, here's Stevenson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. A shot by Griffin. Nobody around. They get it back. And it's Jordan with the jam.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean that was, Gary. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pump. He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Now here's Paul. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. Here's McCollum. Dishes it to Harkless. Kaman against Paul. From 17 feet out, Kaman's shot is good. Kaman's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Lillard against Paul. Griffin passes to Jordan. Just 5 to shoot. Knocks it loose. Stolen by McCollum. Here's Harkless. The pass to Lillard. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Damian Lillard is a 2-time All-Star. He just keeps getting better and better, and I love his demeanor on the floor. He seems a lot older than he really is.
Yeah, he's got an old head, and he's got a very even-keeled disposition about him, which serves him well. He almost missed the All-Star game last season and was an injury replacement.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
And for Lillard, that motivation. And remember, he got cut from Team USA a couple summers ago in favor of Derrick Rose and Kyrie Irving. And Lillard calls it wood on the fire. Those things keep him focused and also hungry.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Plumlee's checked in. And he makes both free throws.
And remember, Lillard, the former Rookie of the Year, he's had his snubs, but also he's gotten some recognition. Even playing in the Pacific Northwest, he's got his own signature shoe now, and his star definitely on the rise.
And the basket by Stevenson.
Loved the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
Lillard against Paul. Lillard attacking. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here. Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. And former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
Let's go quickly to the 2K leaderboard to see the ratings of the best passing 2 guards in basketball. C.J. McCollum is second.
And that list of players just goes to show that great passing doesn't just come from the point. The way those guys distribute the ball from the 2 spot is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, and it may often be overlooked, that skill at the shooting guard position. But if you think back on the all-time greats at that spot on the floor, they were all fantastic passers. Almost all were fantastic passers.
Now here's Stevenson. His last outing, he had 8 points. No one covering. Johnson's got 5 now. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Lillard on top. And that one's good. 6 points for him.
The shooting percentage is really solid so far, fellas. Good start to this game for him.
Stevenson outside. Paul outside. And Johnson now top of the key. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Stevenson, and it's sent back by Plumlee. Now McCollum, 17 points for him last game against the Rockets in Houston.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring and setting up his teammates.
Lillard dishes to Plumlee. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the Clippers get called for the foul. Mason Plumlee will really put it on you. Tough, hard-nosed player, has the size to bang and the athleticism, GA, to run the court.
And it's interesting, Kevin. His game translated better as a professional than maybe as a collegiate. I mean, he's a guy that's a lunch pail kind of player. Rolls up his sleeves, focuses in, and willing to do the dirty work.
Excellent point about the comparison college to pro. I think you're right on. That free throw, no good.
And, you know, back to Plumlee, he showed steady improvement last season, improved statistically in just about every category over his rookie year. If he could become a little less mechanical with his post game, I think he could even go higher.
Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Portland. Crabbe comes in for McCollum. And then for the Clippers, Cole Aldrich. He's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Crawford comes in for Johnson. And it's Watson in for Chris Paul.
You know, one thing about Plumlee, going back, he's been a tremendous rebounder. He can shoot over 60% from the field for you. However, he was a terrible free throw shooter last season, under 50%, which caused at least a couple teams to employ a little hack-a-Mason strategy. No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Henderson kicks to Lillard. Steps back and fires. Josh Smith pulls it in.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Fires from the wing. Portland grabs the miss. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
Yeah, and a 4-game season series between these two. Both will be looking to set the tone tonight.
Yeah, and as they renew acquaintances, if you're the underdog, you always want to show, hey, we've got something new up our sleeve. This should be fun.
And it's Mason Plumlee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Clippers trail by 3. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Here's Smith. And it's Smith again missing.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Lillard outside. Here's Plumlee, and he uses the glass on the layup. Plumlee's got his first bucket in this one.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Now, here's Watson, covered by Lillard. Crawford outside. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
And Lillard gets double-teamed. Here's Crabbe. 11 points for him in that last game against Houston. Plumlee, the pass to Henderson. The offensive rebound. They shoot again. Good D by Stevenson. LA's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first. Aldridge kicks to Crawford. Shoots from 12. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Crawford's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone.
And that one's good by Henderson.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
And with Gerald Henderson Jr., what you see is what you get, a solid player, good athleticism, but he doesn't really specialize, Clark, in any one thing.
Well said, Kevin, right on the mark with that. He came into the league as a jack-of-all-trades kind of guy. Skills were somewhat unrefined. And that's sort of where he is today. He is who he is.
some of the stats for Lillard. He's putting up about 28 points a game, 9 assists, and 4 rebounds. With him, you get so much, but his ability to lead the way with his scoring, probably his best attribute.
An offensive powerhouse. He can just beat you in so many ways. Got to give it up for him. Much love.
The Clippers trail.
And going back to Henderson, he has the raw tools and intelligence to be a good scorer, but limited range and ball handling skills have put a cap on his development. Plus, he kind of lacks a go-to scorer's mentality.
It's tipped.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Lots of room. Count that one. And now a 4-point Portland lead.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And it's Stevenson again missing.
And, of course, Gerald Henderson Jr.'s dad was a solid NBA player in his own right. Never made an All-Star team, but was a 3-time NBA champion. And ultimately, that's what counts.
Now here's Lillard. 8 points for him. Here's the dish to Craig. Rocket 6. Can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
34 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Lillard. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Now here's Crawford. He's got 5. They swipe it. Here's Crabbe. Lays it in off the breakaway. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden one.
And that one's good.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Lillard attacking off on the layup. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's the Trailblazers leading by 3. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad was his coach, and he credits his brother for inspiring him to work at his craft.
You know, watching him kind of go through the process of he started to get, recruited by college coaches, and then he, really took his game and became serious about it. And I watched his work ethic, and I watched how he, put the time in, the things he did, and that's kind of where I developed mine.
Well, talking about taking the right course, we know that the older brother of Blake Griffin, 3 years older, he played, as did Blake, for their dad Tommy in high school, and they were terrific high school players and 4-time state champions.
I mean, it always helps to have a big brother who's kind of been there and done that and can share those experiences with you. It doesn't hurt to have a dad also who's a pro player either, and also a college coach.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
I just think that from an intensity standpoint, their defense has really been the key. It's been the catalyst as they've been able to disrupt their opponent's offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been much more intense defensively. Their defense not only has been intense, but it's been swarming in.
McCollum is out there with Allen Crabbe. Then there's Davis. Then there's Chris Kaman. And it's Harkless in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Ball outside. Kicks it to Crawford. Takes the 3. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 3rd assist on the night. The feed to McCollum. Davis with a screen on Paul. Harkless dishes to Crabb. Jordan against Kaman, and Jordan sends it back, and he's able to get it back. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Crabb. That 3 off the mark.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Now here's Crawford. A 14-point game for him in the win against Golden State.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Crabb kicks to McCollum. Baseline J on the way, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. McCollum's got 7 points. Clippers trail by 4. Clippers were so strong on the road last season. They led the league, Clark, in field goal percentage while on the road, and actually they scored more points away from Staples than in it.
Especially down, Kevin. I mean, they finished the regular season with 8 straight road wins to get home court advantage in the first round. Superb.
Davis kicks to Harkless. Good on the triple. Now it's a 7-point Trailblazer lead.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
And he's going up for the alley-oop, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geeking.
And that's what the alley-oops guys will do for your team.
Here's Crabb. Following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Davis kicks to McCollum. Shot clock at 5. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
And the Clippers with those 8 road wins at the end, you mentioned, that pushed their road record to 26-15. That was 2nd best in the league. Also set a franchise high for road wins.
Good. 9 points for Blake Griffin.
He's so tough to guard. He can fake you one way and then just spin right by you.
McCollum